Good morning and welcome back to K24 this morning. My name is Mungala Mbuvi, and the conversation this particular Thursday is a quite interesting one, and I'm joined by a very interesting panel to help me have that discussion. We're talking about the work relationships, and in this case, I mean the work spouse, that work husband, or that work wife, or probably her work boyfriend, work girlfriend, whatever you want to describe it as. That's what I want to talk about today, because a lot of people, yes, at home they have their wives, they have their girlfriends, they have their husbands, and they have their boyfriends. Lakini wakikuja kazini, kuna mtu mwingine ambaye anachukua nafasi. This person could just be someone that you trust. It could be a very good friend, but sometimes things get a little bit murkier, if I can use that word, and you get to a point where you actually get intimate. This is a person you sleep with, at times you get favors, whether financial or otherwise. It could be a friend with benefit, but this person is actually someone that you work with. And we understand there's a survey that was done at one point, and apparently 51% of women in the workspace, in their workstations, actually do have a work spouse. And by this spouse, I mean like someone unaitanga babe. Mtu mwenye maybe you make out, someone you hold hands with, someone you sleep with. And then 49% of men are also in this particular relationship. We shall get to that discussion in a minute. Right now, though, allow me to introduce my panel. We do have Mr. Dennis. Dennis, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
You are the director, is it communications director?
Yes, I'm communications at Corporate Staffing Services.
Corporate Staffing Services. Okay.
We're the ones who carried out the survey.
All right.
On spouse relationships.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get to that survey in a minute. Of course, we have a resident marriage counselor, Grace Kariuki. Always a pleasure to have you around.
Very happy to be here.
I've heard you asking some very interesting questions, which we shall ask as the show goes on. And then, of course, we have other resident psychologist, Mr. Benjamin Zulu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. Can we get to the discussion, or should I ask the question of the day? I think let me ask the question of the day so that we can get the audience interested in this conversation as early as possible. Remember, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, and SMS. All those lines are on your particular TV screen right now. Please, let's get talking. And the question is, do work-spouse relationships destroy marriages? Do work-spouse relationships destroy marriages? Hapo kwa ofisi, uko na babe, uko na dem, uko na chali. And how is that affecting your other relationship at home? Is it helping it? Is it destroying it? Ama wewe ni wale wa iwe isiwe. Uko na mabibi wawili, uko na mabwana wawili, and life goes on. Let's have that discussion. But coming over to you, Dennis, let's start with that particular point where you guys actually carried the survey. Probably can tell us what prompted that survey.
Maybe just to give you a brief background of your question,
Right.
of why we carried out the survey. Corporate Staffing Services Limited is a HR agency that has been there for the past 10 years.
Okay.
We deal with matters training and issues dealing with labor, HR, and recruitment.
All right.
So we look at different issues every quarter that affect the workplace based on what clients give us feedback in. And this was quite interesting because we sort of, HR professionals started saying, there is this aspect of work-spouse relationships and we don't know how to tackle it. Can you guys investigate about it? And in December, we started out the survey on 2000.
That is December 2019.
2019,
okay.
yes. About 2,500 employees.
Okay.
And also 150 professionals, HR professionals. So we wanted to see how these work-spouse relationships formed, how prevalent are they, and what are the effects. I know you've touched on some of the extreme effects of work-spouse relationship, but we wanted to look at it from a positive and also a negative angle, and also look at how can we help people in employment to just be able to manage these relationships. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you did a survey, and first of all, why did you divide it between HR and then, let me call it, common employees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to get that professional angle.
Okay.
We did not want it to be one-sided. And these HR professionals are the ones who are reported to such cases. So we wanted to see how many cases have they dealt with. And we saw about 56% of HR professionals have dealt with certain cases on work-spouse relationships. So in attrition and in any other negative that comes with work-spouse relationships. And it was quite interesting to note that 78% of them said we don't want people to get into work-spouse relationships.
70, but the other 22 wakasema it's okay.
Yeah, the others were like, it's okay.
Ukifika hapa job no uone kadem fulani umenoki ama kachali fulani na it's okay, I mean just carry on.
They were like, it's okay, but we wanted to look at it from what are the effects,
Okay.
you know, because they have positive effects of, we have positive effects of work-spouse relationships.
We'll get to the positive or the negative sides of all this. Grace, coming to you. Work spouse, workspace, work, whatever relationships. What do you have to say about them?
Well, I think like David has said, it's did I call you David? Dennis. I believe that because we are social beings, this is bound to happen. When you spend too much time with people, it is bound to happen. Now, my question to Dennis was, is this something that we have defined, that we are spouses in the office, that we are together, you are, you know, my go-to person, that we are having an affair? And he told me, you know, most of the people don't realize it's the function. The function, the relationship is actually serving. Yes, thank you. And so that is scary, because it's serving a function without us having to know that that's what is happening. And that is why then when the whole thing comes out and it's bearing on now the marriage, and people are fighting and there is cheating being, people are saying, no, me, I'm not cheating, I'm not interested in him or in her in that way. But then we have been actually acting as if we are spouses. So the function that my spouse is supposed to you know, whatever the role my spouse is supposed to function. Kizungu leo imenishinda.
No, tuongea Kifaransa.
So this person in the office tends to fill in the role of the person that I left at home.
At home, okay.
Yeah. So that is, to me, that's scary.
Benjamin.
Yes.
What do you think in the same regard?
We all need confidence. And this is just a good friend at the workplace. And every time you're going through stuff, you always need a friend. Remember, we said love will not always come from your spouse only.
Okay.
You also need good friends. You need good people whom you can talk things. And when we say this word spouse is very threatening.
Yeah. How would you describe it?
If I know my girl as a work spouse, I'll fight.
Obvious.
But if I know she has a good friend at the workplace, it won't threaten me.
Okay.
So I was telling Dennis, as a psychologist, I will baptize this for my clients to give it a neutral view. That this is a person who is a confidant of you.
Okay.
A confidant whom you share life with. The problem comes, and that's what Dennis will warn you from the working perspective. If it's unconscious, if you are not checking boundaries, if you don't know how it is progressing, then it crosses the lines. And then what happens is, even if there was no sex, that emotional connection is very strong. Now, if you break up, you will feel the heartbreak. There will be tension between the two of you. You won't work. And then it also feeds gossip. Other people can see you spend more time together. So you'll be gossiped and attacked. My first advice to people, although you spend 8 hours at the workplace, you spend more time with your colleagues than with your partner, unless you work with your partner.
True.
You spend more time with them. So it's inevitable that you be working together. You can see they are down today, you check on them, they are shoulder to lean on. There is this one person utapata click, good chemistry. Good chemistry is not immorality. Does not mean now we are. But no, good chemistry is just natural. Like magnetizetu zimeonana. We get each other.
You are north, I am south.
Thank you. The warning is this. Keep that thing within boundaries. Don't pour out your heart to a person at the workplace, and then when you realize they're giving the same attention to another person, you feel betrayed. Or they get promoted, you get left, and jealousy comes up. Or you set in different teams to compete. Then one team beats the other, then there's beef. Kwa hivyo ulienda kuwapatia ndio tushinde.
Drama galore.
You know me so much that you can manipulate that. My advice is this: you have 3 levels of relationships: confidence, constituents, and comrades. Confidence ni wale wako kwa maisha yako ndani kabisa. Constituents ni wale mnashare interests, like work colleagues. Comrades, you share enemies. Like when you're protesting, you become we together against an enemy. So confidence are usually few because you spend a lot of time to build that depth. I usually encourage, avoid having a confidant in the same company, even if it's, the same office space. Because many times it will bring many emotions and other things. Other people who wanted this guy will think you are the one now he wants, and you are married, we are single here, you are taking every guy here. They will attack you. You know? They can't understand it was not romantic. It's just friendship. They saw that you are going through stuff and you share how your kids are growing up, how you're doing a family, and there may be no sexual thing. So what Dennis would warn is this: check not to cross the emotional to go to the sexual boundary.
Okay.
Because then it will also haunt you.
Okay. Yeah. Dennis, in terms of the survey you did, I think you mentioned 51% of females in the workplace have this work spouse, this person. What is the extent of these relationships within that 51%? Is it is it an intimate one, such that they even get sexual, or is it just like I'm really close to Grace and me, whenever I have issues, when they Grace is my go-to person?
Yeah.
What is the extent of this relationship?
How we tried to look at the definition of a work spouse is, you know, that person who is your go-to person that you get to intimately open up to them about your own personal life and also your work life. And they have a very big say in terms of what you want to do in your work life. And Grace had touched on, you know, that aspect of how when it becomes more functional than definition, you know, I would, going back to your point just before I come back to you, you know, I would look at it, functional is more impactful than even defining it as a spouse. Because as much as those are words,
correct,
as much as they may be alarming, how then can we define these things in terms of how they affect you, and also what's the impact? So we looked at it from, you know, a very professional angle. We did not want to delve into, you know, the sexual aspect, but that can be as a result. And we wanted to sort of put a gate between them flipping over to being sexual and maintaining them as professionals.
Okay.
And as Grace had put it, we are social beings. And when you put people together, they will start having conversations, and they will find areas of synergy and interest, where you know, we are kind of in sync.
Right.
And we looked at the study said about 61% of what people talk about is work-related issues, because this person understands you better than even your spouse.
Okay.
I remember when we were having a conversation with you earlier, you know, my spouse does not understand what I go through.
At the workplace? At the workplace. Are we defining out the workplace?
Yes, the workplace.
All right.
So maybe I have a bad boss, and, you know, when I come home, I tell her, you know, my boss is...
It's just a pain in the behind.
Yes. So what do I do? So she'll be like, oh, don't worry, babe, you know, you'll be okay. You know, even me in my workplace, I face such challenges. But she has not addressed the issues. But maybe when Shiko is here and we work together, we face the same challenges. She'll be like, let's go have lunch together. You know, let's talk. I know the boss.
But even yesterday she did this and this, or he did this and this.
And that way I can hear.
Yes. And it's sort of, it's like the theory of the onion. You keep peeling slowly and slowly and slowly. You get more intimate. And when it comes to the aspect of this person has such a big say that you'll run issues first through her or him before even you go home.
Okay. Now these issues that I'm running through her, am I running like my own personal issues, or are they work related?
They spill over. You see, your life is not compartmentalized. They spill over. If you are down today, why are you down? It could be because of several things. The child, something happened at home, plus the unmet targets in the office. So we'll talk about all of them together. Then your spouse will realize you are reporting to them something you had already processed.
And I like you're putting it any. She's a, by the way,
and even look at how serious it was. There was a question about Valentine's, which was last week. You know, how will you gift your work spouse a gift?
Inafika hapo kweli?
60% walisema, you know, me I'll just say, I'll just wish them happy Valentine's. But there was a 22% which said, me I'll gift them. Those guys, they are usually there for me. And some of the respondents, what they said is, like I remember one lady who said, you know, I was having some challenges with my boss, and this guy gave me the moral support that I needed, encouraged me, you know, pushed me to be better, and I'm so happy that that he was there. If he wasn't there, I don't know what I would have done, because my spouse at home did help me.
Hakuna kitu anafanya.
Hako tu anasema, itakuwa tu sawa. But you see, I need someone who holds me. And Benjamin was talking about the issue of what's the gate valve that we put in
the boundary now.
The boundary now to prevent them from going in the opposite direction. So that's what we were looking at it from that's why we had the HR perspective. Do we have policies that define relationships
in the office?
about 48% don't have of organizations. It's just open. I know there is the issue of, that says when you guys are dating, when you start dating, one person has to leave.
Yeah.
But in this economy where there are no jobs,
Sasa nitatoka niende wapi?
we'll keep it on the down low.
Unitoe K24 nipeleke wapi?
Yeah.
Chris, maybe before we get back to the HR and how, the measures and they need to put and all that, there's something that he has mentioned, that this work bay, as we like to call them, sometimes it's just a shoulder to lean on at work. But in your career as a marriage counselor, probably a lot of marriages are breaking because of the fact that the office spouse, this office babe, is now literally the one who is the main chick or the main guy. I don't know. Maybe you have a different opinion.
Right. And that is why I said it's scary, because the two of them, they are functioning as a married couple would without knowing. And that is where the scary, now the boundaries are not set very clear. And I will use the word, the relationship is not defined. So we are just going with the flow. Now what happens is that then, because we are so comfortable with it, and in our minds we are not thinking that we are having an affair. So what happens is that even when we share phone calls, there are situations where the office, the person who has an office bay comes home and discusses a lot about this person in the office, until the spouse is like, na huyu mtu unaongea juu yake for, I mean, you tell me how mpaka umejua ati mtoto wake ako hosi, how now, so it begins to create suspicions. But you see, this person who has the office bay, because there is no clarity of why or what is going on, they think that there is nothing going on. But when you and I who are outside, plus the spouse, the real spouse, when they look at it from outside, when we all look at it, we can see that it's an affair that is going on. This person is not just a friend. They are more than that. They are playing the role of more than a friend. When that happens, those are the people who are coming to my office crying, and this person is saying, no, I don't have an affair. I'm not interested in this. This person, they even say, this person is married. And they are trying. They even tell me, no, but you're flirting with them. But they call you at 10 o'clock. They tell you good night. I mean, you are with them the whole time.
They send you love emojis.
Yes. I don't. And he is not understanding, or she is not understanding. And she says, I think you're just being insecure. And then when you tell your spouse, you're just being insecure, fire comes up. And so we need to be aware that there needs to be clear boundaries. These are the issues that we are dealing with in marriages.
Let's check what people are saying on WhatsApp. Remember, we told you the numbers are on your screen. And let us know, how are these office relationships affecting our real relationships. So let us see what Rexy is saying. Rexy is watching from Runda. Of course, work bays destroy relationships and marriages. They can't be a beautiful woman, or there can't be a beautiful woman, yani mwenye kiuno cha nyigu. Then you fail to talk to her, or she fails to have feelings for you. We are all human unless you are a robot. Kiuno cha nyigu, mimi sijui nyigu ni nini. But I'm assuming it's a very beautiful woman. It's a wasp. So this can figure 8 individual. So maybe now coming to you, Mr. Benjamin.
Yes.
This particular okay, let me take one more first of all, and then I get to you. There is someone who's saying, hello guys, I had a colleague at work. She was contractual, but had a work spouse with a much higher ranking. But the female team leaders were not any close happy about this, so they did everything possible to get rid of her during contract renewal. All right. And wale wanakuja wanafanya kazi hapo miezi 6, lakini wanavuruga hiyo ofisi yote kabisa. Turudi kwa nyigu pale. Kiuno cha kumaliza wanaume. I mean, sometimes people tend to see that beautiful person in the office, and wanasema huyu lazima nivuke naye no matter what happens, because a lot of us don't necessarily think of this as a person that me I just want to talk to you about my boss. No, me I want something much more than that. Is that something
it's too movie? There are people who approach you with affair in mind.
All right.
But I think the bigger part of this topic is the natural evolution of relationships in the workplace. Lest we should tell men who marry girls with wasp kiuno, with, you know, ati umfiche kwa nyumba, asiende kwa kazi, ndio asionekane na mwingine. Ama you elect yourself the police, umulike every time, umetap simu yake, amechat na nani. You're spending so much energy investigating each other that you have no time to invest in each other. What I suggest is this: we all need friends. The thing here is boundaries. Now, what would you define what is an affair? What is a boundary? What is a breach of trust between us? The couple is the one to define. Because there are people who call these pet names. For them is darling, those
pumpkin,
sweetie. Those names, it's a taboo. You should not use it on another person.
Just hold on, because we have Kagwema on the line. Kagwema, good morning. Hello, Kagwema.
Yes, Bubi, how are you?
I'm quite fine, sir. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. I'm appreciating what you are doing on the TV.
All right. What is your question or comment?
I want to comment and say that the effect of the work relationships are actually both positive and negative.
Okay.
But you need to understand what drives those relationships. Every human being needs to be validated, it needs to be appreciated, it needs to be complimented. And so you need to understand what drives those relationships. They just come right from home. Marriages are sick, relationships are sick. And so when you get somebody to confide in the place of work, you are good to go, because life is not a dress rehearsal.
Okay.
You live one day at a time, you get somebody to share with, and then you are good to go.
Yes.
So let us address marriage.
Okay.
Marriage and any marital relationship which is sick,
all right,
you know, actually attract a work relationships.
Yes. Because
human beings have different needs, and needs are not wants. Needs have to be met. And validation is a need, appreciation is a need, and they have to be met.
Okay.
So
all right. All right, Kagwema, I've heard you. Thank you very much for that. He's talked about validation and complimented, and he went to talk about, you know, marriage issues. We'll talk about that in a minute, but still coming back to you. You were saying, the point you were malizing.
I was saying, usiniambie nisikuwe na rafiki mwingine isipokuwa wewe. I tell men, I warn men not to close in their woman. Your woman has too many words to speak per day, 17,000 words. You can't accommodate that. You need other outlets.
Grace, is that true?
Better to trust her than to police her and control her.
Okay.
Mimi namwambia, we define what are the boundaries within our relationships, then I set you free. Just because I date you, I marry you, does not mean I tether you. I lock you in. But when I see signs that you have crossed the boundaries, that's when I'll become an FBI to confirm whether my interests have been violated. But on a normal circumstance, I have friends at work, your friends. Another thing is, even if you have a confidant, a person whom you talk closely and of the opposite gender, I expect you to know that you should not do what you don't expect me to do.
Okay.
What you expect me to observe it yourself. And it's okay. What Grace was saying, ukitaja mtu, I will know that person is usually your friend. I also need to know, actually many times I need to know where you work, so nipatie namba ya mtu mwingine ikikuwa sikupati na simu yako.
Nijue nipigia Benjamin
na kupata. Yes, that's a healthy thing. I think, well, let's not demonize it. We're just saying the moment it crosses, and it starts being now indecent, it's now flirting, it's now, you know, we can have family visits among your friends. When they have a function, let's go all of us. Don't hide it from your spouse. If you're not hiding it from your spouse, I know you have a friend, I also know you have a friend, that's a normal thing. Your friendship, wende kwa ingine, wame kampuni wende kwa ingine. This is the normal part of life.
Right.
It's not a bad thing, because I can't tell you to go stay office not talking to anyone.
Okay.
You tell your woman that, she'll be texting you after 17 minutes, after 18 minutes, after 20 minutes. You do not reply to the first 10 minutes, so the first 10 texts, now you have another case.
Kwani uko wapi unafanya nini na nani?
Wacha tuangalie WhatsApp kidogo before tujue uko wapi unafanya nini. Morning, good people, loving the show. Work-spouse relationship is for benefits to the deserving party only. One person in the relationship, that is the powerful boss or the lady mwenye kiuno cha shinga. Ai, okay, wewe ndio Mswahili hapa. Shinga ni nini? Sasa shinga imenipea. Nyigu umeniambia ni once. Shinga ni nani?
Leo kuna Waswahili leo. Kuna Waswahili.
Ukiandika kitu hapo kwa Kiswahili, andika in brackets what you mean. But I think I get what that particular viewer is saying.
But not all relationships are like this. Si lazima kukuwe na senior. Sometimes you are colleagues on the same level. So hiyo yake ni ukweli. Sometimes it's for a boss benefiting another lesser person. But many times we are just on the same level.
I don't know. Maybe Grace, before we take a break, you can address this. If I have, you know, that work relationship, that work bay, does it mean that now my wife becomes second fiddle or something?
again, because it's really, what is the reason, what is the function that and the role that this person is playing? I ask the question, the question among two couples about the flirting that happens a lot, because now this is what causes a lot of conflict within the relationship, because the person who's flirting, they are doing it innocently.
Can I just hold you on that thought?
Sure.
Because we have Brian on the call. Brian, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What is your question or comment?
Yes. Okay. This is what I wanted to say.
Please say it.
And I saw a text message on WhatsApp, and someone is saying that that it's usually beneficial to only one person.
Okay.
And I like the fact that Benjamin said, and he has continued to emphasize that boundaries are very important.
Yes.
And that we should, in offices, that we should define the relationships, because we can't avoid relating to each other.
Very true.
But we should make sure that we define the relationships, and there should be no breach of trust.
Okay.
Yes.
All
and I think that will really give us a healthy working condition for all of us.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian. Let us see what you're also saying on WhatsApp as well. Hello and good morning. I love the show. Sure, some ladies should manner up. The moment someone is married, let me see that again. The moment someone is married and she knows the person is married, they should respect people's marriages. Our ladies wenzetu jamani, wanaharibu ndoa jamani, and my husband shows me the messages zenye uyo mdemu humtumia. And you can imagine my hubby doesn't reply her. Na huyo demu huwa hachoki kutext. I feel pissed off. Talk to ladies, please. Ikiwezekana kuwe na ladies conference.
A man. It's only your man who has a duty to respond.
Yeah.
I mean, duty to.
But she's saying that he doesn't respond. Lakini ukiona odemu anashinda kuandika, sasa vile umemwita mdemu, ukiona odemu anaendelea kuandika, there's something your husband is doing or not doing. You need to check that.
And you see, this is what we are talking about.
Yes.
Relationships, we need, if you are married and you are committed to another person, please do unto others as you would have them do to you.
I want to come back to you, Grace, in a minute, because I want us to take a break as we take that breather. We take a break for now. However, remember we asked you, do those relationships destroy or help you in any way? Please let us know through our WhatsApp number. It's right there on your screen, Twitter, Facebook as well. We shall be right back.